there is a realization that anytime you find yourself in intense friction and unsettled, and you feel your solar plexus is draining, and you're feeling underneath this humming of anxiety, sometimes it's not a humming. Sometimes it's so intense that you're forced to look at it. But sometimes it's subtle. So whatever intensity you're experiencing this, look at it. And take a moment, take a deep breath and look at it. What it's asking us to do is, what part do we have in losing this precious energy that we have to something else? And a lot of times things have happened in our past, whether it's or our present. So things are happening now, have happened, or we see them coming. It doesn't really matter, right? Because we tend to jump into all dimensions of past, present, and future. But most of it, like if you're in the present, you're going to realize, well, why is this bothering me now? When 99% of the time we're not immersed in that moment of needing to decide or to address anything. And in these now moments, there are precious moments where we can be, if we were present, we could really be in harmony with ourselves and our environment. And we could actually fill the generator and conserve energy and be connected to divinity. And by that I mean our part that's divine, connected to the source. And so we're source energy when we're in the present. When we are looking back, sometimes we want to reframe things, we want to understand them, we want to say what could have been different, and it's all imagination. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that you can do is, when you present it with opportunities to do something about it, whether it's making a phone call to somebody, meeting with someone, running into somebody, then those are the opportunities in the moment that they happen to actually change the alchemy of a situation with someone else. And the part that you could change it within yourself, within your psyche, within what's playing out in your mind, you can do that anytime. It's your house, it's your castle, it's your sanctuary. So work with that when you can. And we need to stop wanting people to be different. We need to stop going into the what ifs. And then also what we end up doing is fast forwarding to some unknown future event that's probably never going to happen. What would be my next conversation, or how would I respond to something? And that's also wasteful. Because when you are actually having a moment with whatever is conflicting you, whether it's a person or a situation, the only way that you can actually truly encounter it is in presence. It's completely open to see what is coming, what is being communicated, because otherwise we bring all the past with us, and then it becomes a recurrence. It becomes a repeated event. And if you keep looking at it, you're going to say, wow, I keep doing this. It's like being on the hamster wheel. You don't want to do that. You want to be present. You want to be open to possibilities. And I was given today the key. It's like we need to love all of it. I need to love that person who can't understand me, that I see that I want them to understand me, right? It's not only that they can't understand me, but I want them to understand me. And so then a battle ensues, and it just can't happen. We can't change people, but we can love them. We could hear them, we could listen to them, and then we could step back and get some scale, and maybe there, with love and scale and wisdom, well, that's where wisdom comes in, right? When we have scale and we don't get too attached to what's happening, but because of love, we want to raise the possibilities. We want to bring alchemy to the situation. We want to transmute something, and we can't do it from looking at the little details and trying to counter every untruth that's said, because that's probably one of the hardest things to stand in front of, right? Someone telling you something about you that's, it's not true. So why do we need to defend it? We don't. We really don't. What we need to do is bring this beautiful energy of love to transmute it. And maybe there's a possibility when that happens. But otherwise there isn't. It's just everyone battling for territory, for understanding, and it can't be done. It can't be done from there. It has to be done from presence, scale, some degree of detachment, and a lot of love. Only love can transmute. And it's probably one of the hardest lessons I'm learning right now. And so I'm sharing it, because everything that's coming has brought me so much friction. Oh my God, I've been under so much friction. And I kept saying, what is this about? Like, what is happening, And it's kind of like I feel my highest part is saying, what are you going to do? Yep. This is what you're up against. So what are you going to do? Tell me, love, what are you doing? And then it just hit me. I was like, no, I don't have to do anything. I just have to be in grace, in a state of love, in a state of understanding, and not to struggle, and to just accept where I am in the moment and know that there is a solution somehow. There is an opening. But the biggest advice I got from myself in messages when I meditate and when I'm connected to my highest part is compassion. Be compassionate, be kind, be loving, and don't try to be right. It's not about being right. It's not about even defending yourself or just defending an opinion. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Love who's in front of you. Love, love, love my tribe.